Hi, welcome. It's time for the Unitarian Universalist of Zurich service for today. My name is Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, and I am here to provide service and provide some inspiration for a new day, a new week, a new month even. And anyway, welcome. Thanks for coming by. Let me move this maybe more into a place where I can utilize it. I have my butterflies with me, spreading peace and joy. And there, now they're better. It's better there. I think I can even bring them on camera if I want to. Welcome. So, today is February 2nd, and a lot's gone on since last week. So first, I want to start the service by lighting a candle. And as we all know, there's been some tragic plane events going on in the USA this past week. So let's have a moment of silence to begin. Trying to get the candle to the there. Just reflect upon life and how fragile it can be. Many souls were lost. Many are fighting for their lives. Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, I welcome all of you today to this service, and it's a special one. I mean, they're all special, aren't they? Let me pull it up. I'm not exactly as ready as I'd like to be, but I'm doing my best to get there. So, I posted a song before, coming online now. It's called Room at the Table by Carrie Newcomer. And she's a Unitarian Universalist who has some pretty great music to listen to inspire. And Room at the Table is saying that everybody's welcome. So that's what we all are. Welcome. Get to it. Okay, breaking free from your abuser. Do you have Stockholm Syndrome? Let me say hi. I seem to have some people watching, and let me see if I can bring Ronnie on. If he wants to join in. So, Stockholm Syndrome is when you're addicted to something bad. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi, Susan.
How are you?
Could be better, could be worse. I'm not gonna complain. Nobody want to hear it anyway.
Okay. Well, this is a Unitarian Universalist service that you're joining in.
Okay.
Do you have something to contribute, some sort of inspiration for all of us?
I would say, uh, don't give up. Keep moving. Don't give up. No matter what it is, don't give up. And so I'll just be standing by and listening.
Okay.
Love you.
Well, since I
Okay, we go.
since I have you here, one
Okay.
of the Unitarian Universalist sort of things that we do during a service is we have a candle, and then we each take turns going up and talking about things that are either a joy or a concern or a sadness that we have. And I was just about to go into that. It's normally called joys and concerns, but you
Okay.
can also say sadness and things. And I don't know. Do you have a joy or a concern that you would like to share with everybody?
Um. Well,
Or
my joy is I woke up this morning. A concern is what's going on with the FAA. And we had a plane crash a couple miles from here, not far from here, a couple days ago, followed by the DC plane crash. And then I think there was another one this morning in New York, or I'm not sure if that's an old tape. It might be a new
oh,
tape. But I'm
okay, I
concerned
didn't
about
hear
the
that.
FAA. I'm concerned about the FAA, the state of the FAA, and that what happened in Philly the other day. That was a missile just came down on a neighborhood. My brother lived not far from there. But anyways, a lot of concerns, and like I said, my joy is I woke up this morning. Um,
So I raised this candle for your joy,
thank you,
and
thank
I'm
you, Susan.
glad you also woke up this morning and can enjoy.
Thank you,
Yes.
Susan.
And I'm glad that the plane did not come anywhere close to you. So that's actually a joy for me.
That's another joy.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. And your wife is also okay?
she's okay too. Tamar,
Wonderful. Tamar is also
Tamar.
good.
Oh, she's in the back. I thought she was up front.
This
Okay,
brings me also joy.
thank you, Susan.
And now I'm raising this for the concern that you have, because it's also my concern. It's
Okay,
not normal that these things are going on, and I hope that they get some understanding soon. So
thank
thank
you.
you.
All right, Susan. Stay in touch with me.
All
Call me
right.
after the live. All right.
Okay. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Okay. So thank you, Ronnie, for stopping by. There seems to be another person. Let me see, Socrates. Let's see if they'll join in. Maybe they have a concern. No, they don't want to join in. Okay. And let's see. Latin labor is essential. So I'll hold up your concern for that. I also agree. I don't think we can send everybody back. And then Musk have robots. Yeah. I am a big concern that we might be moving too fast forward with robots, and we don't understand enough about each other, let alone robots and all these technical things that are going on. So I think we're getting deeper and deeper into water that we can't possibly know what we're doing. So we got some troubles in government and with the people advising, and we just Fauci, who was also a advisor to a president or to many presidents for many decades. And, you know, I don't know if he was always doing the best for the for the US people. So I think we have some issues, and this is also a candle of concern for the advisors of presidents. And maybe it's time to realize that putting all the power in one person's hands is not the best idea. You know, the US became the US when they decided that they didn't want kings anymore. But now we've got a king again. And, you know, we seem to be on this teeter-totter where, you know, one time it's one king and it goes this way, then another time it's another king and it goes this way. And this is not how countries work. We cannot, you know, keep teetering between these two parties. And I mean, there's anyways more than two parties out there. So it's time to really give the power to the people. And but this is something else. Anyway, I have deep concerns with the people advising presidents in the United States. And this, yeah, I don't know if we're heading in the right direction with robots and other things. So this is my candle of concern for that. So does anyone have anything else to say or want me to say for them? I also found out I have another friend who lives in Philadelphia. I actually have one more that I need to contact because they still haven't announced who the driver of the vehicle was. And there's also people in the hospital. So I'm not so familiar with Philadelphia, but it concerns me that, you know, there were certain people that were very active and then I didn't hear anything from, but I've heard from a couple of them now, so I know they're okay. And I'm actually doing better, so I'm also, you know, candle of joy that I'm doing better. But I need to still check on a few people. And then for the people who lost people, this is a candle of sorrow for you. I am so sorry for your loss. I am deeply sorry. These things were avoidable. They did not have to happen. They're tragedies, and something needs to be done. So I'm terribly sorry for your loss. And then, of course, for the people who lost their lives. We started this with a moment of silence for them. And let's do one more moment of silence now for the ones who actually are no longer here. You were, and still are, someone special. Okay. So one last candle being held up for all the future joys and concerns that come in after the service when I post this and other people watch it at another time. This candle is for you, for your joys or concerns or sorrows. Thank you. Okay, so one thing that I would like to really talk about is Stockholm Syndrome. Being attached to an abuser. This is not healthy, but so many people do it. And part of the problem is most religions require you to do it, to believe in their leader, especially in the Abrahamic religions, there seems to be a strong, dominant, abusive, it's not even what the leader says, it's more what the followers said that the leader said, or what the followers said that the leader did, and the resulting things. As far as women go, all the Abrahamic religions are quite abusive to you. They basically tell you that you must do whatever your husband says you have to do. You have no choice once married. Now, what they say about women who aren't married is not much better. You don't have a lot of choice. So, as far as being a woman and following an Abrahamic religion, I absolutely think it's unhealthy, mentally and ultimately physically. So I think, you know, it's time to come to a new belief, a new way forward. And that is what Unitarian Universalism can do. Now, I follow the more European one, which is really an open community where everyone has a voice, especially with the joys and concerns. And then just everyone is invited to share inspirations of good things. And yeah, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, if you're young or old, everyone gets included. So I think if you're in one of the Abrahamic religions, you may, and a male, you may want to read the parts in there that revolve around wives and revolve around women, and notice if that's really the belief that you want to have. Because I think it starts there. You know, religion begins in the home when we're very young, and we don't really know what we're being told, and then we're brought up in these traditions that are not serving us anymore. And I think last time I talked about the fact that religion was needed once. It was the answer, it was science, it was law, it was, when we were more tribal, the way we had our lifestyle. And there were reasons for things at that time the way that they were. But now we're at a different time and a different space in time, where we now have other things answering questions, facts and science, and we can discover a lot, and we have discovered a lot. But we're still not kind of there yet, where we've moved away from our old science, which is from religion, because there's a lot of science in religion too, and a lot of it was observed science. So it something observed, and then it became a fact, and so on. But now we've been able to take it one step further and prove it, and so it's gone to yet another step. And I think this is the future of religion, is to eventually come to a place like this, where it's more about what people have said and done, good things, good ideas, good thoughts, and less about what God above or what a person 2,000 years ago said. And I mean, I don't know about you, but if thunder happens today, I don't go, oh, the gods are mad, they're going to kill us. I think, oh, it's thundering, you know, there's probably lightning, I should stay indoors. That's usually what I think, you know, and I usually know that it's a storm and it's going to pass by and there's no God mad at us. It wasn't because of, you know, I colored my hair or something like that. So, you know, it's just we are at a time where changing from one thought to another is difficult, and some people are doing it, and like everything, it all happens very slowly, but it's the evolution of humanity to eventually move to a more fact-based, reality-based lifestyle, and that's where we're headed. And the song I played before was, you know, there's room at the table for all of us. And there is room at the table for all of us. So the problem is a lot of people are still fixated on this God or on a Jesus or on a Muhammad, and they're not ready to give that attachment up. But you cannot grow yourself until you start moving forward yourself, for yourself, by yourself, and take responsibility for the actions that you do. So this is where then the fact part of it comes in, because there's no, then you can't say, you know, the devil made me do it because you did it with your hand and it's fact. And, you know, if you have an imaginary person in your mind telling you to do things, then you should probably seek psychiatric help, you know, because that's not healthy. And so if you've got a devil telling you to do something, then you got to go seek some help. Or, I mean, another way to do it is something that I learned a long time ago, is when you have something in your head that you can't get rid of, but you don't want to think about anymore, you can make it really small. Make it really small, put it into a box, and then make the box become so small, like a quarter, and then maybe like a penny, and then eventually a dust speck, and then bingo, it's gone. And then you can replace that thought with good things too, like, you know, I am special. You can make a picture of yourself doing something you really love, or just walking in nature, and think, I am special. And change that whatever bad thought you had to a good thought. It's really not difficult. And then you can start getting rid of these little voices or this imaginary person or whatever it is that's there. And you can really start going forward with your own life and living in facts rather than in fiction. And then life will get easier. The more, of course, the more truth you tell and the more open you are, things will get easier. But you have to be able to be honest with yourself and know when you're not telling 100% the truth, and know when you're not living up to your possibilities. So these are some things that I wanted to share. I notice there's some more people here. Tamar is here. I'm going to see if she wants to join. Let's see. I haven't seen her for a bit. Tamar, are you able to join me? Did you want to have a joy or concern talked about? I'm also not good at this, so I never know what I'm doing. Okay, I guess not. Let me see. There's a Oyo. I don't know who this person is. Let's see if they want to join. Okay, no. Let me try Tamar again. One more try, if you want. If you don't, that's fine. Oh, okay. Hi, Tamar.
Hey, Susan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I didn't have anything in particular I wanted to share. I wanted to just listen and show some support. And
Okay.
of course, something may be in my heart to share later. But right now, I just want to just receive what wisdom that will be imparted through you from the universe, off of your observation and journey in life. So I'm
Okay.
listening.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for your support and stopping by. I appreciate it. So I'll take you back off screen then.
Okay.
And then you can just watch from your home.
Thank you.
How do I? So now I'm learning again. How do I take people off? Okay. Well, I don't know if I can get rid of you. Not that I want to get rid of you, but
Well, that's okay. I'll just stay there in case I want to chime in.
oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I have been quite busy, and so I did not 100% prepare for today, but that seems to be also something that I do sometimes. You know, I get sort of busy and then I have to improvise. So I got my butterflies here. We're trying to bring some ambiance. And we have the candle. And as far as the sermon goes, I think that watching out for the abuser in your life, and it doesn't actually have to necessarily be from religion. It can also be a boss. It can also be a husband or even a wife or even a mother or mother-in-law. So we just have to be careful because there are people out there who are very good at abusing. Sometimes abuse is not physical. Sometimes it's mental abuse. So it's always good to check in with yourself periodically and make sure that the people around you are supporting you in a proper way. And I just noticed that, you know, a lot of the people, the folks that I've met in the US over the past year, some of them are in bad situations. Some of them abuse themselves even. So sometimes it's even self-induced Stockholm Syndrome. And we need to also be concerned about that. But you are the driver of your life. You have to decide what feels right and what doesn't. And if something doesn't feel right, you need to maybe pull over and stop the car or stop the journey, take, you know, control and look around, see whether you're really seeing things the way that they are, or is there something happening could be blocking you or holding you back. And then you need to try to reduce that until it's a speck of dust, and then replace it with something good. Now, what I wanted to also, I think I have it. You know what? I'm just going to go take a picture of it, and it's a thing that I live by. I discovered it when I was a kid, and you know, many times in my life I've had to pull this little quote up and check in with myself to make sure I'm on the right path. And it's a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it's about succeeding and what it means to succeed. But for me, it's also the meaning of life and how maybe we should think about living life. And then I'll get back to I think the other thing I wanted to talk about was room at the table. Because I think, you know, all this idol worship that I see going on here in the United States, it might be time to change. Like, you know, I just don't think that having a figurehead as a president anymore is the best idea. I think we need definitely like a leader, but I think we need more a group of leaders rather than a leader. Because, like I said, we're on this teeter-totter and we go back and forth, and it doesn't suit us. We're being tossed around like we're on a ship in rough waters, and it just doesn't feel right anymore. So anyway, this is a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it goes, "To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affections of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. This is to have lived a meaningful life. To know one life has breathed easier. This is what it's about. And as a lot of you know, one of my favorite lines from this is to leave the world a bit better. I say that often, and I really like that. I think that's our whole purpose of mankind, is to leave the world better. But sadly, we have a lot of people who are in a religion that think that they're supposed to leave the world worse, that they want to make it hell on earth. And this is where our problems are, you know? We got people who want to make things bad, and it's not healthy. So, room at the table, yeah, I think, you know, we just went through an election. The position is so powerful. People are cheating and stealing votes and not counting votes. I'm a US citizen, and West Virginia didn't count my vote. So that tells you people are manipulating the votes. We are not having honesty anymore. The position is too powerful, and we cannot go through this again. It's just ridiculous the way we worship power and money, and there has to be another way. So I think it's time to let everybody's voice be heard. And our current government in the United States, anyways, is not doing it. And I don't want to turn this into a political thing, but there's got to be another way. And I know there is another way because I used to live in a country that has it another way. So I know there is other possibilities. But we're so into the abuse that until the US people realize that they're being abused and used, nothing's going to change. So I need you folks to take care of yourself. I need you to stop your car and take a look around and see what is going on. I need you to think about yourself and what feels right. And, you know, yeah, it's not even, you know, we have more than two parties, first off, and the two parties collected a lot of money, and they spent a lot of money to keep everybody else's voices silent. They paid big bucks to keep all other parties quiet. The only reason why people found out about me was because I was driving around the country with messages written all over my RV. They had no choice. And the real thing is the Democrats and Republicans, they couldn't stop it, because if they stopped it, that would have been newsworthy. And if they yeah, they couldn't. So they had to let me go around, and I know that people got my message because I met a lot of people who got my message and who know me. So this is it's just the beginning, but we got to keep going. But I need you to do your work, and you need to stop being mesmerized by these very greedy people. And realize that there's more out there. And I need you to get involved with your local government, with your election divisions, because until we get good, decent people working in places that matter, it's just going to continue. So I'm doing my part, but I need you to do your part. And I guess let me get my book. I'm having trouble finding things lately. Too much traveling around, and then while I was sick, you know. So here, this is the other one that's like my favorite thing. The thing that really got me going. And I think I read it last time, but we're gonna go out with reading this. So I'll read this, and then I'll let you all have a rest of your Sunday. It's from the Singing the Living the Tradition, and it's number 457 in the affirmations department. And repeat this to yourself afterwards, over and over again. Write it down and read it. It's very inspirational. So I am only one, but still I am one. Or maybe, you know what, why don't you repeat after me? So I'll say it and then you say it. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. And I'm going to repeat that last one again. I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. This is from Edward Everett Hale from the UU Good Book. Okay, so I'm going to end this service here. I thank you for stopping by. And I'm going to blow out the candle now, but its light will be going forward with each of us now to do something. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you all peace. Have a good day.